want to watch up on his.
What's up, guys? Frank Miletta here. Cue ball from the pool hall, hanging out tonight. I should probably sell my house because I do not ever stay there. I'm constantly in a hotel somewhere. We are at Bugs Billiards. We are here this weekend for what they're aptly calling Actionfest. You don't know what that is, here you go. Technically starting tomorrow, but they got a little chip tournament tonight we're hanging out at. I'll do some drinks, watch some pool in a bar box, maybe get some action going around here. If you're in the area tomorrow, come through. With 25 hours, you can play open to close pretty much all day. You can bet it big, bet small, bet it all, doesn't matter. Got a couple big one-pocket matches going on tonight. I'm hearing some one-on-one tournaments for 2, 3, 4,000. Got my buddy here, Jesse Hornbeck. He's in the booth with me. What's up, Jesse? A little louder.
Nice to see you, Frank.
There you go.
Glad to see you make the trip all the way from Philly over to Pittsburgh area.
Go ahead and yell at everybody here. Yeah, we got a little superhero theme going tonight. That's what the theme of the weekend is: heroes versus villains.
First one here.
Anybody's in the Uniontown area, we're about 20 miles north of Morgantown, 50 miles south of Pittsburgh. Going to be a lot of action this weekend. One pocket, bar table, 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. We got a bank pool champion, Skyler from out in Las Vegas in the area lately. Be a good time. Stop on down and get some food.
I think Chip Klein says he's going to come through tomorrow. Maybe do some commentary with me.
We invited Chip. He's a good instructor and a very well versed player as well.
All right, guys, we want to excuse me. We want to thank Bugs for having me come through, and also we want to thank some of our sponsors: Integrity Cues, Crossroad Cues, Magic Ball Rack, Game On Sportswear, In the Box Sportswear, of course, Kamui. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Look at something. Of course, we want to thank Kamui, one of our main sponsors, Trophy Smack. Q Pocket, who's always been on board with PA Pro-Am since day one. And of course, Digital Pool. Digital Pool, I have a good relationship. We do a lot together. They're getting a chip tournament up. Everybody's seeing who they're playing. And it's going to be the stream table for tonight. This one you're looking at here. We also got these guys over here playing a little 9 ball in the big box. Heard this is a big one-hole pool hall, so we can get some one pocket going.
Scared you can't come late. This is open 24/7, 365. We're the only ones on the East Coast outside of Buffalo's down south that I know of.
I miss the old 24-hour pool halls.
Pool halls in general are
Yeah.
a dying breed. It's all sports bars.
Used to be at one point there was no time in Philadelphia where you couldn't go play pool.
Hopefully with Matchroom coming in, bringing more money to the pool, hopefully it'll bring back a new crowd.
That'd be nice. In my way, I've been doing enough for them.
Believe that. They're all over the place. And everywhere I go.
Yeah, I'm going everywhere. It's a Friday night here. I'm sure everybody's... Gerard, what's up, buddy? Everybody's hanging out. Ready to go out. We're going to get started here in a minute. They do know it's cool to use this table. Okay. Yeah, a little bit just in case. Make sure we get a match called to this table. I want to say good luck to our friends out in Las Vegas here for the APA championships. They're all out there playing.
Left today, and some's going to leave tomorrow. That Chris Zuter that owns Fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
He's a real good local player.
I've gotten probably like 90 text messages like, where you at? And I'm in Vegas. Where are you? Not this week, but you haven't heard the news yet. Bluegrass just got our diamond tables in today. Diamond 7-footers, though, not the 9-footers.
I know you do a lot for bluegrass out where you're from in Philly, Frank. But
Yeah.
what's your favorite pool you've ever traveled?
My favorite pool hall I've ever been to. First Break down in Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah. First Break is probably the most gorgeous pool I've ever been in. You ever been there?
I haven't
No.
been there yet.
It's like an upstairs, like a shopping center. It's 8 diamond 9-footers. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I think it's the rosewood ones. And then the entire bar is like a wooden, like old oak bar. A lot of space. In my opinion, it's in the wrong place of the country. It should be in a big city. And then, of course, the league room. The league room was there last week. That place was gorgeous, too. That's another pool hall that if that was in Philadelphia, I'd probably just put a cot in the back and just...
They have rooms up.
Yeah,
Upstairs
they
that
were telling me,
place,
yeah. But just having that little pit there and everything, I would just probably sleep there.
Chris Wilson did a real good job. They also just started a Thursday night fight night down there, so
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, I saw that today. Gerard, Carlo, all the matchroom people are really up in arms about what they have going on there with the WPA. Yeah. First 2 players here on the stream. Who are these guys?
So got Phil Boosie in the white shirt. Older clean cut gentleman, Pat Calvaresi. Phil's about a 24 ago. Pat, I think he's 680, but he plays well over 700.
They jam up? Yeah.
Yeah, he plays real strong. Bar table 8 ball is actually probably one of his best games.
Oh, nice.
Very methodical.
Guys, I'm trying out a new camera setup and a new connection tonight. So if the camera gets a little wonky or a little messed up, then what I'll do is I'll go to I'll basically go to like a little commercial real quick and switch out the cameras. It's something I wanted to try out. So let me know how the quality is. You got 8-ball. 8-ball chip tournament. I'm surprised 8-ball. Most bars now want to go to 9-ball to get it done quick.
Back here, it's a lot of 8 ball. Sometimes it's a little not like gambling. A lot of table 8
Bar table 8-ball out here. Nice.
A lot of that and a lot of one.
I'm known to hit a ball or two pretty good on bar table 8-ball. Sure as hell no, I wasn't playing good on 9-foot 9-ball a couple weeks ago. Jesus.
Golly. We all have a bad day here.
I should have just mailed him a check. It would have been easier for me.
Then I wouldn't have nothing to razz you.
Yeah, right. Trust me, I've been doing a good enough job beating myself for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, Gerard, there's definitely a lot of those players that are affected. I saw a lot of them putting out messages earlier today, and I'm not a big fan of the federations. I mean, I get that they have rules, you know. I mean, it's just like us amateurs. You got APA, BCA, blah, blah, blah. But we all want to see the players play. What happens is you actually piss off the fans more than anybody, and then they stop watching because fans, you know, let's be realistic, fans pick sides. Pick my side. All right, Phil's getting ready to break. Yeah, chip ball tournament, 8 doesn't count on the break, so you can't win or lose on the break. So even if you bust the 8 in, doesn't matter. Lost the cue a little bit, but also got that 15 in the side pocket he can use. Got to be careful of the 6. Just one camera angle tonight, folks. Tomorrow we'll have 2 for that good one pocket action match we got tomorrow night. Nice one-on-one tournament.
On it. Robert Odom. Lucy. Playing for a lot of year or two. Really picked the game up. do it. Well known for.
First time I ever met Mel was at the expo this year. I walked by and she was wearing my shirt. Wearing one of my PA Pro-Am shirts. I stopped. I said, "That's a beautiful shirt." She's like, "I know." And she had never met me before. I was like, "Where did you get it?" She's like, "Oh, I bought it off this guy online, Frank." I'm like, "Hey, I'm Frank. How you doing?"
Pretty.
I asked for an autograph 2 weeks ago. That was pretty cool.
First.
What's that?
Your first.
That's my first autograph. Yeah.
Famous.
Gerard, what's buffering? Be specific for me, please, because I want to make sure I dial this in correctly. And I think I'm going to get a little bit of issues with this camera, but is the camera itself buffering, like the entire picture, or is it buffering when the players are moving? If that makes sense, I'm trying to. Because on my end here, I don't see a buffering, so I want to make sure that it's not an internet connection or versus a camera buffer. Side rail draw. A little low right.
Pretty good. Essentially, that's a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, he could roll up with just pocket speed too. Roll down just a little bit, take the long 8. Ooh. Yeah,
Much juice on that one.
That's why I don't like that draw. Just bar table, just take that long pot. Like that this gentleman's out from here.
Right.
Yeah, he's out from here, yeah. Got to start off with either that 10 or the orange 14, but other than that, I don't see anything, any obstacle.
Out of 9 and bust it out of just.
I think I would take it with ball in hand. Chris, what's dropping out with the audio? Is it dropping too fast, like cuts my voice off? Think about missing the angle. Camera angle.
That actually me a lot. The cheapest is that's racing 5 for the longest time on Sundays when he was bored. But being able to play a player of his caliber that cheap,
Yeah.
you have to take those lessons.
Yeah, growing up, we had a lot of, in my area, we had a lot of good players. Excuse me, we had, Jimmy Fusco, we had Russian Kenny, we had Kenny Carfagno, had a ton of, Corey Dool was in the area for a while. Had a ton of monster players that were always, and we had Spanish Mike LeBron, the first Hispanic U.S. Open winner.
A lot of older guys when I was growing up. We had Jerry Elliott, Bushwhacker, Don Steele, Mike McLean, who used to be one of the top players in the country in the 90s, early 2000s. Pool's always been a rich thing around the area here.
I'm gonna change his mind once or twice. I think he's looking at that 10 to the corner. Might be looking to make the 15 his last ball. kind of ball set are they using?
They're using Aramith balls, but I'm not sure which set they
Aramith.
are.
Looks like the Pro Cup balls. It's got the white lines around them.
All these tables are new. They just came from Super Billiards Expo. Oh my!
Gentlemen
Done.
missed.
Uncharacteristic for that.
Yeah, early in the tournament, might have to just settle in. What's the buy-in for this event?
I think it's 25 plus Calcutta.
25 into Calcutta. Not bad.
It's actually a pretty good local weekly tournament. There's two other pool halls in the area, but this is by far everyone's favorite. It's new. It just opened up about 2.5, 3 months ago, and all these diamonds came from this year's Super Billiards Expo.
Oh, nice.
And it's a brand new room. They got the perimeter lighting that all just got installed. They have cameras over top of every table they just installed. So if there's ever a discrepancy or anything like that, they can go back and look at the cameras.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can tie into them tomorrow.
That'd be real good because then you can do what they do at the expo at the pro events. And
Just drop
at the
it.
table. Yep.
Hey, Duck, how does this sound now? I did a little bit of a adjustment on the noise gate.
You got Phil Boosley, Graham Grisha, table 10.
All right, Phil Boosie's going to continue on table time. Says the winner stays, loser goes.
They just redraw the bracket.
Oh, so the winning or losing player doesn't stay on the table.
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
I know some tournaments are like that. Then other tournaments they redraw every round. That way, it's more fair for the players, especially the players with like 2 chips.
I got you. So who's the on paper? Who's the favorite player in the building?
In the building,
I heard somebody got what two plus or something like that. Somebody got 2 chips.
that was Pat that just missed that ball.
Wow.
Like I said, he normally plays real well. I don't know. I kind of like either Rob standing right there in the background or Phil with a tracking. They're 2 pretty good hitters, and
Yeah, I've seen Phil Boosie play. I saw him play at the Expo. He plays strong.
yeah, he's a 3 in this chip, and Rob's a 4. So I like either one of their odds.
Larry Baker, Rob Brashear, and Boyd.
Yeah, Melanie plays. Melanie doesn't play too bad either. I've watched her run some balls.
No, she can play real good. There's another female sitting over in the middle room. Her name's Terry Vansickle. She plays very well for a female. She wins a lot of local female tournaments. She's a very strong player.
See the break here. Looks like a dry break.
Not too much tied up, but it's a lot of tight positioning play on this little table.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of those 2 stripes tied up at the bottom. But they are makeable.
What do you think? He takes the 1 all the way down to the corner as a start ball?
He's looking at that 15. I personally like the 1. I like 1, 3, 5.
Yeah, and get that cluster broken out so you
7,
get some
4.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2's my last shot.
They make a good key ball, then you get all the traffic out your way.
Mm-hmm. Or you could also go, I mean, depending on where he leaves the cue ball, so he's going 15.
I wonder what he's going to use to get that cluster, them 2 balls undone down there.
Punched it out a little bit. I don't think he got there, though. I have to come back up to the top of the table.
He definitely
Or
punched that.
the right side of the table, I guess you would say.
He got a lot more out of that than I thought he would.
Guys, excuse me 1 second. I'm going to leave you with Jesse. I'll be right back.
Hey, shot breaking tonight. Little tap. He might have got enough to where he can make the 15. I think that is 12. Bruce plays pretty good for a local player. Got the 11. Become 2 rails out. Try not to get stuck behind traffic. He takes the 13 and tries to force follow off the short rail and come back down. Might be the safer shot. Sharp cut to the side, but I think he'll be able to pull this one off. Little wobble there. He'll go up to the table with a pretty good layout. Just has to contend with that 111 tied up. He has a pretty good stroke and a pretty intelligent player, so I think he'll be able to handle this. He probably plays the 5, 3 rails around. Maybe either come back for the 3 or get up table. He opted to play safe. That's not a bad shot.
All right, on the back. What I miss?
Oh, well. Bruce almost ran out. He just wobbled the 11 barely. And then Bill made a ball, got a little out of shape. And I thought he was going to play the 5 on the side and come 3 rails. He opted to play a little tuck behind safe, a little containing safe.
Say we have ball in hand.
Take this, get that ball on the short rail, and then work your way
And
back
4
down.
to the 2 to the 6.
That's how I would try to play it.
Mhm. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to get onto that one ball.
And try to get open the pocket for 5.
Yeah, open up the 5 a little bit. And 5 is makeable in the side pocket, but
See, I like going from the 2 to the 6 here, and then play the 1 to come out.
might be what he's doing. Yeah, good stroke.
It's a little bit touchy because he's a little off angle to just float over or float down.
Maybe hold it for the 3. Use the left side bottom rail.
He held that real well.
Yeah, play the 1 here. We're gonna play the 3 and just try to split the 5-1.
I like playing the 1 here just because you can, if you get bad, you can hide it.
You got anything to play with, yeah?
I like just having more options, playing percentages.
Yeah, he doesn't want to catch that side rail real hard. Like, ooh,
I think now you just play the little ticky, bump it
Yeah.
to the rail and
play a
hide it.
little safe. But
Matt Toe and Jason Fisher, table 1.
this is a call pocket chip tournament, correct?
Yes.
Table
Okay.
2.
Yeah, it's BCA rules.
PCA rules,
Rob
okay.
Odom.
Yep.
Table 4. Dan Miller, Becky Bremsnyder. Table 5.
All right, good hit.
Anyways, good kick at it.
Should leave Phil out there. The 5's available to the 1 and then bounce off for the 8 in the side of the corner. So I never realized how long of a bridge length that Phil has. It's a pretty long bridge length. He's the end of his shaft out there pretty far.
Jeremy Jones would have a field day with that one. He was giving me such a hard time about having a long bridge length.
So I didn't know this, and I don't know if I was like ignorant to the fact, but I did some lessons with Chip on a while back. And there's a balance point on your shaft, and there's like a certain bridge length where you get no deflection, or it's real low.
Yeah.
So he found it on my cue. I have a Keith Josie custom. I use a synergy shaft, and it's 7 inches back is where I have the least deflection.
Okay.
And ever since I've bridged from there, that my games went up a ton. Something I didn't know.
Yeah, I have to check mine out.
Yeah. Chip will be down tomorrow. Maybe ask him to look at it for you.
I don't even have it with me.
Nah, you say I don't even want to get in the box this weekend.
It's in the corner at the house, I think. Let me check my GPS one. I'll tell you where it's at. Might be at the pawn shop after last week.
Oh man.
So we're just waiting for another matchup to come. Like I said, we're just hanging out for a little bit tonight, just getting some stuff dialed in for tomorrow. Might switch out another camera
You
soon.
get on the screen?
I don't know.
Hey, you want to get
Right back here, 1 second. All right, while we're waiting for our next matchup, we'll take a look around the room. This is a nice looking room. Kind of, when I say generic pool hall, you know, just a square building, but it's got nice tables, nice sight lines. You can kind of see everything going on. We're on the other side of this little wall here. You can see my monitor. My hand waving hi to everybody. But all right, Jesse's back here.
Sorry
You
about
making
that,
out?
guys. Yeah, I just wanted to try and get some local players on the stream that
Gotcha.
I feel would give us a good show and show their talent. Because I know some of these guys have been in here a lot putting that work in, and I want to be able to showcase that for them.
All right, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to take a sponsorship break really quick. I'm actually going to switch that camera out. So give us like 2 minutes. We'll be right back, and we'll see you then. All right, guys, we're back. Just swap out a camera real quick.
We got Ant playing Cliff. And Ant broken almost ran out. Hung a ball on the side. This is our. And then Cliff is the first chance at the table he's had to see. That side pocket's all jumbled up. I wonder how he's gonna. Yep, and answers that question.
Answer that one, yeah.
That was quick.
Smash and grab.
That was a real good stroke right there.
I'm just dialing this other camera in since we're on that one now.
Brush the 5 a little bit. I'm gonna say probably take the 15 and 9 and slides over. Nice. Opting for the 11.
Malaga, you're
Close to the
professional.
rail. That way you can just slide over from the 9
Malaga,
to
Slide
the
a
8.
9 over.
you're professional.
Nah, he's good.
Yeah, Ant's been working on his game a lot lately. He's originally from Alabama. He's come over.
Ooh, missed that
wow.
9. He fired that one quick.
Commentator's curse.
Hey, fired that one out. Hey, thanks for the subscriptions there, guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys come back in a couple weeks. We're going to have our matchroom event.
Which I am very excited for.
So the main table, which is my stream here, will be free. The other tables will have a pay-per-view option if you want to watch all the tables. We'll also have some of the streamers from across the country. I don't know if I like that shot.
I don't know either.
Also having some of the streamers across the country going to stream some of the matches too. Ooh, gives them another chance. You got to get out when you get the chances.
You gotta get out here, start with the 6 and work your way over.
6-2.
5-1-7 and float down for
5-1-7 or 6-2-1-7-5, and a whole lot of options. Go completely rogue.
So I don't know if I like that. Because you want to clear the middle and then just bounce off to come for the 8 last.
Yeah.
5-1-7. Well, clearly we don't agree on pattern play right now.
Have you been watching any of the U.S. Open? You audience, have you been watching any of the U.S. Open? I'm sorry, apologize. The European Open. I have the U.S. Open on my brain.
I did see Shane made it to the final 16 and Fedor did as well.
Yeah.
What did Filler do? Somebody said he lost, but then he played the same guy he lost and then he beat him.
I saw the initial loss. That guy's beaten Federer and Filler, and I believe SVB with him last year.
Well, you can't say that guy plays bad.
No. It's a jam-up player right there. A little tough on the 8.
Yeah.
All the way up to the corner.
Gotta watch the scratch.
If he hit that later, it goes in.
Yep. I don't like that shot because if you don't hit it right, you
Scratch inside, yeah.
Yep. Man just gotta take his time and stroke it and
Make the fine. Should
Yep.
be good.
sit right there.
Okay, table 1, Pat Cohen and Melanie Boosie.
You got a little bit of a gift there, but it works out for him.
A little scrappy game. I think they're all just
Yeah,
Look.
still early.
camera shy a little bit, maybe. Appreciate you coming all the way from Philly.
No problem. I'm just gonna make sure I balance out this camera just a slight bit.
Pat Alvarez and Tiny, table 8.
There we go.
Pat Alvarez and Tiny, table 10.
Go watch Pat and Tiny play again.
Table 8.
Tiny's the owner, correct?
Tiny is the owner, and today is his 53rd birthday.
Happy birthday, Tiny.
Got all the pool all decorated with all the balloons everywhere.
I saw one floating by me here. I felt like the movie It. I thought I was gonna have to climb down in a sewer or something.
Yeah. Did you bring a rowboat with you?
Yeah, right. Or was it in the Hunger Games when they get the little balloon and they get the
Yep,
stuff
care,
with it?
care package,
Yeah.
yeah.
How does Tiny play?
Tiny plays pretty good when he's in stroke, but I tell you what, he's been real busy with this new pool rooms. Because like I said, it's
Pat and
2.5, 3 months, and then he's a real predominant businessman in the area. He owns about 7 businesses.
Okay.
So he works a ton, but I tell you what, he's like bringing this room to this area has done a lot for pool.
This room is very nice. I mean, I was saying when you were stepped away for a second, the room is a generic room, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just a nice square room with a lot of pool tables.
Yep. And then they built the rail elevated so everybody could look down. It's all
Look
around
down at the table. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, definitely like that. This definitely. You could do if you brought a couple 9s in here.
Yeah.
You could do like a WPPA matchup. Girls would like this room.
Well, and that's what I was telling him, if we could just move these bar tables out and set the room up different just for like an event like that.
Yeah, just rent some 9s off of like Ed Hagen or something like that for an event.
And then Chris Wilson at the league room also is a diamond dealer.
Oh yeah, so you can get your tables. Yeah.
And then we got the local guy, Pete. He's a diamond dealer as well.
That's all you need for a nice WPBA event is like 8.
Yeah, 8 to 10, and maybe a practice table. Because I know when I played at the WNT event down at Battle of the Bull last year, I think the Wolf Den only has 10 or 11 9-footers.
Yeah.
But I tell you, that room is magnificent. Everything is well ran, good food, good time.
That should be a good one.
Kane's parents are top-notch people.
I was told Shane Wolford's going to be coming to mine.
Yep, I'll be coming to yours.
Yeah, Jesse's coming also, who's in the event. I think we're up to 59 players, 58 players.
Yeah, guys, get them spots filled up. Let's make Frank's event good. He's bringing the money back to PA, trying to help things out in the area.
But I'll be honest with you. I have 3 or 4 events, state championship events.
Yep.
I can't give my money away right now. I literally put 30,000 of added money into some of these events, like over the split up. And some of them have like 5 or 6 players. All these so-called great open players are just not coming out. Where you at? I'm playing that handicap event. Grass over to bluegrass.
So I'm a terrible player that just likes to travel around the country and bum it.
That's pretty much me.
I like to play the worst player with the most money.
Usually I wind up making them look like the best player.
That's it. I always laugh when I go somewhere and they're like, "You only have 520 Fargo." And I said, all numbers can be manipulated.
Yeah, my money spends the same, don't worry.
That's it.
Yeah, I've heard some recent stories this week about some numbers being manipulated. Talked about that.
Yep. Well, that's why I tell everybody when they talk about APA and BCA and TAP and all these, I'm a 7 or I'm a 9 or I'm a 3. Anything with a number system.
It's an arbitrary number, yep.
Yeah, it can be manipulated, just like Fargo. And then they have that Stiletto app where you can do whatever you want on there and raise it or lower it or whatever. It's crazy.
I always pay attention to the matches. If they have like 10 or 12 matches against the same person, and I question them.
Right.
Like, why do you keep playing the same person? Oh, it's my girlfriend. All right. Yeah, most likely this tournament's not for you.
Right. I mean, everybody knows who the players are, whether you play good or bad. Names get around with the internet these days.
This is a 1992. It's, you beat somebody up tonight for 10 G's. It's usually on the internet on a stream or talked about within 20 minutes.
And you walk in a pool room, somebody takes a picture of you and asks somebody 3 states over. You can't hide these days.
That's one thing I like about Chrissy Perlowski. She Jersey Girl Entertainment.
Yep.
She don't care. She'll put you out there.
Yep.
Who knows this guy?
Right. She does too, and she's actually hit me up a few times to try and play some of her events. She's doing a split bracket down at Buffalo's here pretty soon.
Yeah, I think I might be streaming some of that.
It seems like she runs a real good production from what everybody's told me.
Yeah, I heard it was a tight ship.
Yeah. And she's not scared to hurt your feelings, but she advocates for what is right.
She's a Jersey girl. She's up by us. She don't care.
No.
I like it.
That's what you need, somebody to advocate the right way for the sport. Especially with WNT and Emily Fraser adding all the money to it and bringing pool back to life in the country.
Yeah.
You need other people to advocate so you can get the right players, not all the side crap.
I've actually been asked a few times about the whole, WPA stuff. And I'm not in too much, so I don't follow the WPA too much just because I kind of like the way that Matchroom builds their excitement. and I don't really follow the WPA, so I don't really have a major opinion on it. Just my opinion is if you stick it to the players and stick it to the fans, they remember.
There's no doubt. And I like to see that. I was looking online today, and all the players are starting to stick together.
Yeah, it looks like it's the same. It's the same post though. It's a good shot.
Right, just change the names.
They're changing names, so I wonder if somebody wrote it and they're all just basically like signing on to it, you know?
Right, kind of like a petition. But it's good to see that the players are staying unified.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's how them guys make their living, between the little bit of side action they get because they're so well known. I mean, the pros, you know, they play so well. That's how they make their living, traveling, playing in tournaments. So to hurt their pockets like that on a sport we all love is just crazy to me.
Yeah, some of them put. I mean, Oscar just put a story out about him playing, and you know what it costs him to travel and everything, and being away from the family, and
it's a grind. I mean, like you said, they're traveling 100, 200 days a year, different countries, different state, coast to coast.
mm-hmm.
It's easily 30, 40,000 a year to travel. And they have sponsors, but they don't pick up the tab on everything.
Yeah, sponsors don't pay. I mean, everybody always says, "Oh, they got like sponsors and stuff." Like, I mean, you know, you've been on the road, but there's a lot of misconception about sponsors giving pro players a ton of money.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, they'll get free equipment, they'll get a stipend, like
Yeah.
and then, you know, a win bonus and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as I know, the travel and stuff, they don't, that's on them for the most part.
Yeah, unless you're one of like the top 5 or 10 in the world, you're coming out of pocket. So, I mean, look at Billy Usery.
Yep.
Perfect prime example, you know. World class player.
Yep.
And still has to come out of his pocket for travel, and there's no guarantee he's going to make the cup.
No, especially with the new wild card format.
Yeah.
Because he's been real tight shipped this year and last year, almost making the team.
Same thing with Lucas, you know.
Yeah, I just actually seen him down at Buffalo's for Tony Chohan's Big Easy Open. He actually missed his flight and had to go the next day to Connecticut. But he's a real good player. He's a very good up and comer, and he just got McDermott, I think.
Yeah. Lucas is also the current reigning Pennsylvania State 10-ball champion.
Yep, very likable guy too. I hate to call him a kid. I'm old.
It's actually his nickname, the kid.
Yeah.
So,
but
I first met Lucas, he was like 14. So
I was working in Connecticut, and I went to US1 at Jason Shaw's pool hall. I asked if anybody wanted to play, and clearly Jason wasn't there, and I wouldn't want to play him anyways. And they said go to Yale Billiards and ask for Lucas, and I did what they told me, and wasn't a very good experience for me.
Bought Lucas a new wardrobe that weekend.
Oh, I guarantee you I did. But I tell you what, sometimes you get like that, and sometimes you're the one doing the heist, and you have to put your time in. And
that was a hell of a shot. After that 5, I'm gonna tell you a real quick, cool Yale billiard story. So Bobby Hilton from Yale, had the customer appreciation earlier this year. He had Jonas, FSR, Al Katie, and Moritz, and then Lucas were all there.
Yep.
So he invited me up, and I got a nice little invite from him. So absolutely, I'm going up. So I got there early, so I stopped over at US1.
Right.
And I walk in the door, and if you've ever been to US1, they have a lot of television.
Yes.
I walk in the door, and the first stream I see, the first television I see in the door is me.
That's right.
They had my stream up. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then Jason's mother-in-law makes it's
exquisite.
It is probably the best bar food.
Yes.
Or sorry, the best food from a pool hall in the entire country.
Yes. It's all Oriental based, and I'll tell you. And
we went back up there for the PLP. I probably spent $200 on just food.
I made it up there the last day of the PLP, and I didn't even realize it was going on.
All right.
So my hotel where I stayed for work's like literally a mile and a half on a Sawmill Road.
Sawmill Road, yep.
Right next to the Texas Roadhouse, and I was like, I'm 1.3 miles away, and I didn't even know all the best players are there. But it's amazing pool hall. It's like 22 or 23 Razzin 9-footers, and then he has the 2 3-cushion tables.
Yeah.
But he's a super good dude, and Yeah, a lot of people don't like him Moscone Cup wise because he's loud, he can
He's
interact with the
outspoken,
crowd.
yeah.
But I promise you
That's what I
that.
love about him. He plays like the villain role,
Yeah, but I promise you.
but he's not that person in real
no,
life.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say that in real life, he's one of the nicest dudes ever. Because, like I said, I was up there the last day of the PLP. Well, they're redoing the tables and putting everything back to normal the next day, and I was there by myself, and so they wasn't trying to like let me have a table because they were busy. They're real busy.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, let him get a table, and he's super chill dude, super normal, down to earth.
Yeah.
He just gets a bad rap because of the Moscone, and I get it, but you need a
That's the
centric.
same. That's the same thing with Filler. There's a lot of people that don't like Filler because he plays the crowd up a little bit in the Moscone Cup. But like, that's what we like.
Yeah, but if you would go, I go to WPBA events, and when he's there with Pia, he'll sit there and talk to you all day,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Like he's super nice guy. And that's what I don't think people understand is he's just trying to react to the crowd and get stuff going.
Yeah. If you think Matron doesn't tell them to
Yeah, amp
play
it
the
up a
crowd
little
up
bit.
a little
yeah.
bit, you're out of your mind.
I mean, that's why the Moscone Cup's so hard to play for them guys because the atmosphere is different than
Yeah.
anything else they
Have
play.
you ever been to any?
I've been to one,
Okay.
and it's a couple years back when it was out in Vegas. And it's a different experience because you can get loud and stuff like that, and make some noise. But the energy that you get in that arena, it's a good time. Now, do you like them changing that from Vegas to Orlando this year?
I do. So I'm out Vegas every year, at least twice a year.
For APA and BCA?
Yeah, I go out there for different events, things like that, and it's just cool to go somewhere else.
Right.
There was talks that it was going to be in Nashville. If it was in Nashville, I would have loved it.
Tennessee's real beautiful. They always got stuff to do.
I just would have spent 4 days at Jack Daniels before I got there.
Matt Cohen, Dan Miller, table 1.
All right, we got this one finished.
Dan Mansfield, Sean Shepard, table
Looks
2.
like Pat took care of that.
Dave, you won that one.
Brandon Sinsky, table 5.
I said chip tournaments for guys like him are tough because he's like a 2 or a 2+, and when you play that good and you mess up one game,
Yeah, now you
got
can't
one
mess up.
bullet. Yeah, it's tough. Especially if you lose the break and somebody breaks and runs, you could lose the tournament and not even.
Not even shoot. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think me and Tiny's trying to work on some stuff later on because, like I said, this pool just opened up about 2.5, 3 months ago, so we're trying to put it on the map. I think we're gonna try to get Earl and Dennis down here like the league room did, and maybe try to work some other stuff out.
Table 3.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, we just try to bring everything we can to here. I mean, there's a lot of action down here almost every day. There's small sets, $20, $50 sets. There's $10,000 sets. You know what I mean? I've seen people win 25,000 in here already in one night. So if you guys are in the area,
25K?
25K in one night.
Nice.
And,
So his initials begin with RK.
I'm not going there, sir.
I'll
I'm
call
not
him out.
going there.
Yeah, I call him out.
I tell you what, like I said, we was talking earlier, it'd be kind of fun. Now that me and you got a little bit of a connection
Yeah.
going, to try to do that, maybe works out East Coast, West Coast, PA. I think that'd be something fun for the people. I don't know if we could make it work. I know you guys got a lot of strong players on out towards Philly and the West Coast of PA, but
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think we're the stronger side, I'll be honest with you.
I think Central PA honestly has
Yeah.
the best. But it just all depends on which side they go with.
Yeah, I mean, you got Dylan Spoor, Rob Kroll,
Yep.
Mike Miller. I mean, we got Ed Abraham. He's a 738. He's a monster player.
Who's that kid you was trying to get an action match at Bluegrass a few weeks ago?
Seaman?
No, it wasn't Jeremy Seaman. It was a young kid. I think he's from up Yale Billiards, maybe.
Lucas.
Not Lucas.
What's
What's his name? Like Piscora or something like that?
So it's Rob Pearson.
Yes, that's it.
Pearson
I'm
plays
sorry.
real strong. And then there was Dave Gavrish. He's
Right.
another killer up there, too.
So is Lucas, speaking of him, where's he at on the pro list up there? Yo, is he number 3 or number 2 now?
He's back and forth.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he might be number 2 or 3.
Because I know he's been struggling a little bit getting used to his new equipment, but I promise you, once he gets used to it, he's going to go right back to
That's
number
pretty
one.
cool though that they have like 4 700s that are regulars
one
at their room.
pool,
You usually
yeah.
get 1 700 for a room if you're lucky.
Yeah. And normally he goes and shuts the room down. Nobody wants to play him.
Nobody wants to play. Yeah.
So we got.
I mean, we got 2 at Bluegrass, Russian and Eddie Abraham. So who's the gentleman here in the red
So we got
sneakers?
Rob Odom, Breakin playing Tony the owner. Like I said, it's his 53rd birthday, so we wish him a happy birthday.
53. Happy birthday, buddy.
Young man, still got a lot of life. And like I said, Rob, actually a long time ago, I worked with him and taught him how to play and took him to his first big event. We went to Youngstown at Icebreakers, and he's done a lot of stuff on his own the last few years. Put a lot of work in. He got a lot of heart. I'll give him that because he does gamble a lot, and he's not scared to step up and play better players. He actually just played Tyrus Kelly from the pool down there in Huntington.
Yeah.
He did pretty good. But that's what these guys, they want to play better players. You got to put that time in. You got to get in the action because practicing for
A little too much on that one.
practicing for 100 hours gets you only so far.
Yeah.
You need to have that feeling.
Yeah, you need real world application.
Yeah. Especially be able to handle your nerves. Get that seasoning. Tiny, some nice cut to
Bumps
get
that 5 out of there, might possibly.
Oh, he might have got it for the side. If he did, that's a hell of a good shot. I'm sorry.
No, fine. So, looking at the 5 here, it's a tough shot to play the 5 in the side. I think he's got the cut. He can also play the 1, come 1 rail out and play the 5 in the same pocket, which is a much tougher shot, but I think the 5 is more clearer to the pocket.
I know this might not be a popular opinion, but maybe like jack up with draw and play the bump safe behind the strike.
Yeah.
If you can get the angle for that.
He's going to play the 1, trying to come around 1 rail. Wants to come right in between the 11 and the 8.
Yep. Good shot.
No, won't make the 8. He got in the way now.
Okay, Jason.
I don't think Tiny jumps too much. I know he can kick fairly well.
5 rails, play the 5 in the corner. I don't know if I like that.
Almost got the rail.
Locked his own ball up. I think I would have maybe pushed that 15
Yeah.
over to the orange stripe.
See now here with ball in hand, you can either play, I think, is it the 9 ball and then break those out?
Yeah, I'm looking at the 9 ball breakout.
Or you could just bump the 11 out and then lock them up behind your other stripe.
I like this. Okay, he's gonna just do soft. If he's gonna try, I didn't like him trying to break out with the 10. He can kiss off the 5 and scratch.
I think he's going to go up table and then I still think he's going to bump that 11 out. That's what I would do. You'd play the 9 here and draw into it.
Draw into it,
13 gives you a security blanket. A real good shot.
Skin it through him.
At the 11, if it goes,
13. Play the 13 now. Play that 12 off the 11.
Yep, bring it out.
11 goes
Okay,
from the other side of the 8.
Excuse me.
I like your shot, though.
Yeah,
Right.
play it off the edge of the 11, push it up.
Yeah, just to make sure you have room, because that way you can play it with a little bit of speed.
Yeah,
and you don't
you
get
can
stuck
give a little
behind
bit
the
off
8.
with it.
Yep.
You just don't want to make it, though. If you make the 11, then you're screwed on the next
Yeah.
ball.
I like playing things with pace. Every time I try to slow roll ball, you either table gets you because it's unlevel, or
Yeah.
not saying here these tables are level, but you go different places, and I don't like that.
I think that bump just hurt him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Did they allow you to call safe and make a ball?
They do. BCA
Yeah,
does.
So I definitely would just call safe and make the shot.
Yeah, or just try to roll up and then play safe for the 11. But I'm with you. I think I would have played safe there.
Yeah, the safe on the 11, for me, the safe on the 11 requires me to be perfect.
Yeah. Here, I just roll it up and touch the
Okay,
pocket.
table
Yeah.
4.
Oh, they got there, it's balling him.
And Miller.
That's a little bit of a mistake.
And that's those kind of that you shoot the ball before that, you just call it in.
Yep.
And now he has to do something with it.
Yep. Because if you're going to play the safety you played there, I think you bump it a little harder and lock it behind the 8.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
Wow.
I mean, even if he made it, does the 8 go past the 11?
Yeah, looks like it did. I would just play the 8 to the corner.
Yeah, just a little tap, tap. That's all I do here is a little tap, then play the 8 in the corner.
He's no scratch.
Ooh. A little too much juice on
A
that.
little overthinking on that shot.
Yeah, I
A
just like,
little bit more simplification.
I'm with you. I just like tapping that coming off the long rail.
Or if you're going to move the cue
corner.
ball and move it, make it, and go 3 rails.
Right.
You made the shot here. Make the cue ball come around.
Right. But with something like that, I just like going just right off the long rail and play it in the corner.
Me too.
Less move in and less move
If
in
he
parts.
scratches, I'm done for the night.
Don't tell
See
me.
you on the board.
Yeah, if he would have done that, we're going to go crack that bottle of
Yeah,
Jack.
right, that bar down the street.
That's a good match there. A few minor errors, but
All right, we're gonna get that. The radio just popped on. We're gonna get that just lower, just a little bit. It is Primus, though. I think I'm all right with that. Folks, we'll be back here in 1 second. All right, we got the radio worked out a little bit. We have our music here in the background. We might just turn that up just a little bit for you. Yeah. Turn it up just slightly so we don't get any kind of the wonderful copyright infringements.
Okay, table 10.
yeah, it's crazy how much they do that anymore. Like, I have videos from 2-3 years ago on Facebook, and they're like, can't play video because of infringements.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I get people sometimes give me a hard time for playing the music. I was telling the crowd, playing the music in the background.
Right.
Like I have a soundtrack that's playing right now as we're talking. And I do it just to kind of drown that music out.
It's smart right there.
I mean, it's like free, like, techno trippy stuff from YouTube, but it at least gets the job done.
Yeah, I don't see the big deal in playing music. You pay to play it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're making anything off that.
We got our next matchup coming over to the stream.
It was Phil Boozy again and somebody else.
So what is Uniontown known for?
Back in the day, we had more millionaires in Fayette County than anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania in the 70s when the coal mines and steel mills were booming.
Yeah.
But I'd say a lot of bars and
A lot of bars.
Okay, table 9. Matt Cohen and Bravo.
What's the best food out here?
there's a place called Pappy's on Route 40 that has pretty good food. There's a place in town called Maloney's for Italian, and I'd probably say like Fat Angelo's for pizza.
Okay.
Either there or the bar in town. I can't remember the name. It has real good pizza right downtown.
Usually when I go to different places, I'll try some local cuisine.
Oh yes, I'll take you wherever you want to go. Whatever kind of food you want, we can go tomorrow. Or I can pick it up and bring it here for the stream or whatever you like. Gotta have a good time while you're
Yeah,
here.
it's gonna be a good time. Ride was pretty simple for me. I get on the turnpike and just go west.
That's the thing, get off newsstand. I do believe and go through Collinsville on 19 straight here. It's nice too. Tiny worked a deal out with the Super 8. They just re-renovated it not too long ago.
Yeah, I was told my wife when I got into the room, I gave her a call. I said, "This room's nice, you know, nice and spacious."
Yeah, $75 a night, I think, for the players discount.
That's not bad at all.
No. And then I know some people think it's a little pricey, $25 pay all day, but I said if you go anywhere else, it's $7 to $10 an hour.
We're $8 an hour bluegrass.
Yeah.
So you're playing 4 hours. That's 40. That's
Yeah, $32.
5 hours. Or 5 hours, 50 or $40. Yeah,
Yeah, so I tell people
25 hours all day.
when they tell me that, I said, you got to realize too that this is a 24/7 pool hall. So that if you start your time at 3 p.m. on Friday, you can play all the way till 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, that's $1 an hour.
You know what I mean?
Is that a like an every weekend thing?
That's an everyday special. I do
Everyday
believe.
special. Wow.
Table 5.
Yeah.
Cat Calvaresi.
And I think that's the appeal to the pool hall here. Tiny wanted to do something a little different and bring pool in, and we, you've been there.
Yeah, yeah.
You're playing a set for whatever, and then you got to come back the next day because the room owners don't want to stay open.
Unfortunately, there are some players in the world, in the U.S. I see a lot, that don't understand some of the good owners that are out there, what they do.
Yeah. And it's hard making a pool hall last anymore. Not just the economy, but pool 15, 20 years ago, you had a lot of diehard players, not fans. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Nowadays, it's more
Like
of a
last week when I did that Earl versus Hatch,
right.
you know, I told the crowd, and the crowd was great. They were spending money, they were buying stuff, but I told the crowd, I said, guys, meaning the crowd in the building. I said, I've been all over the country streaming. I've been all over the country going to 2 events and everything like that. I said, there are not too many pool hall owners that will pay pros to come in and give it away for free.
No.
They'll charge you at the door, and some of them they just, unfortunately, the business model is that they can't do it. I mean, it's not like they don't want to, but they just can't afford to bring the pros in and give it away for free.
Right. And then I mean, you've been to enough promotions with the pros. I mean, sometimes you have a nice room owner, and a bad promoter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, it's just the
That's
nature
how we started
of the beast.
PA Pro-Am.
Yeah. And that's what I like about what you're doing for the sport in Pennsylvania in particular is you're bringing it back, bringing the money back here.
Yeah, I've never been money motivated. And that's the one thing I tell everybody. I'm not here to make cash. I make a good living that's comfortable for what I want to do.
Yeah, and I don't mean that like you personally. I just mean for the sport.
Well,
of
that's
PA.
what we're getting at. Like, so for me, like when I run an event, I want to run a good event. I
Right.
want people to leave there and like, man, that was great. I don't want to run an event and go, and yeah, I need to make $2,000.
Right.
It's not about the money for me.
No, because then you're more money focused, and then you
Yeah.
don't give a good enough production. Well, I mean, you might, but it's not going to be as good as if you're worried about other things.
Bang, what's up, buddy? How's it going?
I'm ball hanger, but
Hey, just rattled it.
blocks,
a little-
blocks that hole for there, but also his 15 on his long rail's tied up too.
Just a little chip tournament tonight, bud. Just hanging out. You can bank to 4.
That's what I was going to say, bank it off. Or he could maybe just play.
Table 7.
Maybe I'll squeeze that 5 past the 9.
Yeah.
Table 7.
Or I tell you what he could do. He could make the 9 with the 5 and leave him on the short rail.
Yeah.
Because I do believe the 6 is on the way. Yeah.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah, because you really can't do nothing much with that 15 being down below the pocket like that. So what's your next big adventure other than your WPT and the state championship next month?
That's all I got. I mean,
I mean, those are big feats right there.
Okay,
2 back-to-back
table 4.
tournaments.
And
Well, I got-
Anthony
so I
goes
have
off. Table 4.
fun too. I got like 6 state championships. So I have the 9-ball state championship, September 7th. That's 3,000 added. September 11th, I have the Pennsylvania State 1-pocket state championship. That's 5,000 added. Then of course the matchroom event, 10,000 added. Then the following weekend, I have the Pennsylvania State 10-ball championship. That's 3,000 added.
Right.
October 5th is the women's state 8-ball, which is 2,500 or 3,000. And middle of October is the state 8-ball, that's the open 8-ball. That's like 3,000. And then might be a possibility possibility that I could maybe sit in some commentary with the WPBA up in
You said
New
that?
Hampshire.
I'm going to the WPBA when they go to Rail Yards in October.
I wanted to go to that one, but I have it's my sister's wedding weekend.
I can't mess with family, man.
Yeah.
I'll send you lots of good pictures.
Yeah, I'll never hear the end of that one. And then, of course, I have the Moscone Cup.
Yep.
I'll be at Shane's Hall of Fame introduction.
Which that's pretty cool. Has he won more events than any other pro? Do you know? Because it's a long list.
I know his list of accolades is like it has his accolades have its own Wikipedia page.
I guarantee that. Now, how do you feel about him being tied with Earl Strickland for 5 U.S. Opens? Do you think he'll get that 6th and stand on top of the podium by himself, or do you think he'll end up staying tied? I know the changing the break format messed with him a little bit.
I think if he gets 6, he retires.
Yeah.
Maybe not full retires, but he doesn't. At that point, he's on the top.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just he plays what he wants to at that point.
I think he'll get a lot more fishing in.
Yeah, I mean, he plays what he wants to now, but
Right.
I believe at that point it's like you're saying, fishing, and you just kind of.
Yeah, and he was smart with his money. He did a lot of realtor work
He got
and
a lot of
stuff.
investments,
He was smart. Not to like try to put his business out there, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of pool. You've been around. A lot of pool players will go broke after they win 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would
A
like
couple
to.
of them are probably in my DMs right now.
I would like to see it, honestly. Though, that's a really good shot there. If that 6 would have went.
The 6-minute fell would have been a good shot.
As many of the Europeans have different training facilities and federations and stuff, I'd like to see something like that for America.
I don't want to put players' businesses out there, but there are some players that are coming to my WNT event from Europe that I had to send letters for because their federations pay for them,
Nice.
like everything. So I
Right.
had to like say where it was at, what the hotel room was, everything. And I was kind of dumbfounded. I'm like, there is no American federation that does this, unless it's like a backer. You don't
Right.
see anybody.
And that's what I mean. Like, pool's such a popular sport. It's one of the most popular sports in the country.
Yeah.
And they still treat it like it's a backroom bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if we could just get that stigmatism off it and treat it. Because, I mean, I've watched, like I was telling you at dinner tonight, I watched Tyler and Margaret. They got a first. Margaret didn't play, but Tyler did at Battle of the Pool last year, and they had a first round bye, so they didn't play the first night. And I go back to the hotel.
He missed that 8-ball.
I went back to the hotel because they were staying with Shane, and me and my buddy was at the same hotel, and they're at the gym 9:30 at night. So it's not like they're not, you know, these top pros aren't putting the work in. It's
No,
just,
their workout regimen is insane.
it's just as a whole, we just need something to back our players.
Oh, Mike gets safe.
Say feels pretty good. He just gives them the game. He's gonna try to reshoot that shot, I would imagine.
All right, guys, we got our next matchup coming here up in 1 second.
You are watching PA Pro-Am Pool.
Bringing you the hottest action from today's top amateurs and pro shooters. Check out paproampool.com for all the latest info on our events and tournaments.
Rob Brashear.
All right, we're back. Don't forget to check out PAProAmPool.com for all of our information, upcoming events. So tell me about tomorrow. What do we got lined up? These are all one-on-one tournaments, and I say that in quotation marks,
Lots of one-on-one.
with different buy-ins.
That's it. Well, let me just give some backstory to this. So I've been traveling the country the last few years and playing everywhere, as you know. And I just wanted to make an event by a player for the players, because you go to all these tournaments and they tell you how to play, what you're playing for. So I wanted to make an event where the players control everything. You say the what, the how much, what table, and I want to get it all in one place. And what better than approach my local new pool hall? So it's going to be a lot of action, a lot of one pocket on the big table. On the 9-footer, we got a former road player, Jordan Grubb, who used to go all over Detroit and down through Myrtle Beach and all the areas, hang out with Kirkwood and them. He's going to be playing Alex Wisniewski, who's also a very accomplished one-pocket player. And then before that matchup, we're going to have Scotty McCoy, who's originally from New York, and he lives in the Pittsburgh area. He's going to play Alex a little one-hole before Alex plays Jordan.
So it's the appetizer before the main event. Okay.
That's it. I promise you that one-pocket match between Jordan and Alex is going to be something to watch.
I have not had a one-pocket action yet on the stream, other than the Derby.
Right.
That was the enticing thing to me when you and I were talking about it.
Right.
When you said, "Oh, it's one-pocket action," I just started packing my stuff. I'm in.
And we got some. I can't say for sure, but I know there's one of my guys I told you from Albany going to come down, and Rob Saez would have came up here, but he has his daughter this week. He's going to be traveling.
Rob's a great player.
Yeah, I just hung out with him and Tony, like I said, down at their Big Easy Open. But there should be a lot of $500, $1,000, $2,000 sets, bar table and big table, the next few days.
Be nice.
I know Hunter just hit me up, if y'all know who he is, Hunter Smutney. He's a very accomplished player.
Hunter's a good player.
He wanted to know what the table is on, so I said, you tell me you're playing somebody and I'll get you a table.
You tell me the action, you shoot to the top.
And I told everybody that. That's why there's, times and stuff on the walls, reserved tables and all that. Because I don't want to get in the, I would tell them I reserved a table and then they're coming, they don't have a table. It should be a real good time, though. I think Tiny's going to add some more tables in here later on. Right now, he got 10 diamond bar tables and 2 9-footers.
Yeah, he could maybe tilt these 9. We have 2 9s in front of us. So the table that you're watching, 7-foot table, we're on the, there's like a wall next to us. We're at the end of the wall, so we're not looking at that table. We actually are looking at the 2 9-footers in front of us.
Okay, table 4. And impact toe.
Let's call some of this action. We've got the 4 in the corner. Play the 7 right into the side pocket. Could also play the 6 to the corner. 1 ball. He has different options.
So I kind of like the 1 ball here.
1 ball floated out a little bit.
Yeah, then play either 2 or the 5, depending on the angle.
The 9 in the way, but I wonder if he's trying to take the 1 off the rail.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at now.
Yeah.
I think he got enough room to bank it into the rail, into the 9 and go. I don't really like the 14 rolled up in that other side pocket because now you got to play the 6 up table.
Yeah. He could spin down.
Yeah.
So looking at him spin into this 1 ball, I think.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
So the 1's clear to the top pocket, which would be his top right. If he gets the 1 up to the top right, he's got no obstacles after that.
Yeah, if he wanted to play it with a lot of follow, he could try to bump into that 3-6 and move him a little bit. You still got insurance with the.
Yeah, I think, like me personally, I like getting on the 2 next here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2. I'm looking at 2. 2 to the 3, 5 to the 6. We still got some though. He's got the 3 to the corner or the 6 to the corner. Either one works. 2 ball goes also. Got all sorts of options.
So I see him looking at the 2. I think he might try to play it with inside and come up and down.
Yeah, he's got to watch that 15.
It's a tough shot.
It's a tough angle because he can't draw to the bottom rail in between the rail and the 15 ball.
Now he could try to put a little low left on that and spin under the 15.
Yeah.
Between the 15 and 13. Let's say he's gonna take the 3.
Up to 6.
Yes. Oh,
Slow down.
there you go.
He's got speed on it. He's good. All right, shape on the 2. Hold for the 5.
Mm-hmm.
What time do these chip tournaments usually end?
It depends on how many players. I think tonight they had 25 or 30, so probably about.
It's not bad on a summer Friday.
No, I
Threw that
promoted.
ball out. I wonder why. I thought he was going to play a stop shot.
Yeah, and see that's what I said earlier. I didn't like that 14 being inside. It
No.
messes with a lot.
Yeah, but I thought if he plays a stop shot on the 2, he had the 5 up to the
corner.
Bottom right corner, yeah.
Yeah.
Do the one pocket shot.
Yep.
Inside English.
Okay, table 2. Terry Van Sickle and Sean Shepard. Table 2.
That's a real good shot
Buckets.
right there. Just bounce it off the rail and back out for the 8, and you're in the winner's circle.
Mhm.
I do like that big screen what you were just looking at for the players.
Yeah. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 or 8 big screens, at least 60 inches or more.
The Steeler game on tonight for the preseason.
That's right, we're at Steelers country, I forgot.
Yeah,
Black and yellow.
you're in the wrong neck of the woods.
Yeah,
getting
we're on the
killed.
wrong side of the state.
Bill knocks that 8 ball in for another win. That's what, his 3rd or 4th in a row.
Still jamming a little bit here tonight.
He's putting them in there, man. He's hitting them good. Kid's real smart too. He got a 9-foot diamond in his house.
Does
He actually invited me over to play on here pretty soon. Real nice guy too.
We're buying a new house probably within the next year.
So are you buying the house around the pool table?
Yes, we are. Me and my wife have 3 non-negotiables. We want off-street parking. We want a room big enough for a full diamond 9 with streaming.
Yeah. Mindy plays good too. If y'all don't know Frank's wife, she's a real nice lady and plays real jam up good pool. She actually beat Efren and almost beat Bustamante earlier this year in the challenge matches.
Yeah. Let's beat them both.
Table 5. Phil Lucy.
All she had to do is take that to the corner.
Yeah.
Frank will laugh because he knows what I'm talking about.
We watched the shot 3 times. She's been doing good. She cashed in a couple of the JP Newt, which is the Joe P. Shower Northeast Women's Tour, which is a Pro-Am Women's Tour.
Now does Brianna Miller run that?
Brianna does, yeah.
And she's a sponsored player of yours too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. She's our, we call her the pride of PA Pro-Am. She's 7-time national champion, currently number 19 ranked on WPBA.
If you don't know who she is, go look her up.
If you don't know who Brianna Miller is, just say heads, we got you.
That's it. And put her in. She's one of the highest Fargo rated women in the country, I do believe.
And well, I don't count Jennifer Beretta, not because Jennifer's not a jam-up player. She just hasn't played in a long time.
Correct.
So Brianna would be, in my opinion, number 2.
Right.
Technically, she's number 3 right now behind Beretta.
That was
Allison Fisher was born in England, so I don't really count that one either.
no, Caroline Powell, isn't she the number 1 Fargo?
No, Caroline's a 640.
Brianna's what, a 676?
She's like 675.
Yeah.
And technically, Allison Fisher is number 1 in the U.S. at 730.
Yeah, we don't count that though.
And then Jenny
I'm with
Beretta
you
is
on
like
that.
680.
When's the last time Jennifer has played in a tournament though? And I don't mean that in a malicious way. I'm just asking.
But she's got that Skyline Billiards, which is so successful for her.
Right.
But I do know she played in that Laconia event. It was like a doubles event for the WPBA.
At Bike Week this year, right?
Yeah, at the Bike Week.
Yep. I do remember that now.
She's from Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Not too far from where I live.
Yeah, because that Scotch doubles was right after we had the Challenge of Champions up
Yeah.
at Concord, New Hampshire, at Jeff's state line.
So my wife's probably watching. She might. They don't call it Concord. So
What?
if you and I read it, we call it Concord.
Right.
They say Concord. And they were giving me the biz. Her and her friend were giving me the biz because I called it Concord. And they're like laughing at me and everything.
So it's just like off the movie Jaws.
Yeah.
I go to the car.
Yeah, the car. When she has a few Jack Daniels, I always tell her to Boston, and her comes out.
I've been to Boston a few times this year.
There she is.
Hi, Mindy.
Not Concord, it's Concord.
It's like a side break and a lot of clusters. That's why
Okay, table 1.
I'd rather. I know this is gonna sound dumb to a lot of people, but I'd rather power break and sell out than deal with a bunch of clusters.
I break head on.
Yes, but I'd always break in between the first and second diamond on the left side of the short rail.
I can break head on with the rack, and I can move the tip of the cue less than 5 inches and break 22 plus miles an hour.
Can you keep the ball on the table?
Yes, I can.
That's pretty strong.
Not every time, but I can't keep it on the table.
See, that's why I didn't like doing the head break, just because I'd always hit it so square and fly off. Well, actually, I'm not hitting it square.
Yeah, so I've developed a little bit of an uptick with the swing. Almost sort of like a mimic, not a half-ass mimic of Shane's 10-ball break.
Right.
And it works for me on a bar table. Works very well. On a full-size box, with that uptick, it actually makes the cue ball hop a little bit.
Right.
So when it hops into the rack, I do get airborne every now and then.
I don't think a lot of people understand when you're breaking the balls. I mean, like quality pool players, but people coming in, when you're breaking the balls, you're getting the energy to kick back. That's why they put a tip or a tip and a half of high on it just to counteract. That's why you watch that ball squat forward a little bit to stay in the side of or the middle of the table. That's a real good.
There's very few players like DeLuna and Gomez. You know, the way that they just violently throw their body into it. But I know some of them do. You know, some of them do the jack up break where they get the cue ball a little airborne.
That's a real good kick. Sorry about
Just
that.
kick on the one, absolutely, yeah.
He was definitely in jail right there. We need one of them piles.
How about a replay instead?
That'll work. Cause he was locked up tight right there, and he just like it had eyes. Right in the hole.
Replay sponsored by Dunkel Custom Cues.
The Sammy plays pretty good. He plays a lot of good 9-foot rotation.
Yeah, I was watching him play here a few minutes ago.
Watch
out, 8.
You know what the crazy thing is he might go 3 to 5 weeks because he travels to work as well.
Yeah.
He might go 3 to 5 weeks with never even picking up a cue. And he'll just fire balls in like that. It's crazy.
We used to have a guy that came to one of our local pool halls, House Q Carl. He was dangerous with a house cue. Like, could not be touched with a house cue.
I tell you, he used to be real good with a house cue. I don't know if you remember Sugar Shane Hennon.
Yeah.
So he would just, they used to have a golden cue in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, right outside of the city. And he'd come in there and he'd just randomly pick up a cue off the wall and play anybody 10-20 a game. And if nobody knows who that dude is, he played jam up.
There were a few people in Philly. One guy named Al. Al was actually he was drafted in the NBA draft above Larry Bird, or was supposed to be drafted above Larry Bird.
Right.
Made a couple bad life decisions and didn't happen. And then there's a guy, Jay Resniak, that I've watched just destroy people with a house cue. And for him, it was like the one that, like, the more beat up, the better.
I couldn't do that. I know they a lot of people say that a good player can play with anything. I feel that your equipment helps you.
I might be going back to wood shaft.
Now, Killwood or regular maple?
I'm thinking about moving over to Killwood, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will give Randy Dininger a shout out. He makes the chili popper with Midwest Carbon Cues. And he makes an excellent Killwood shaft. I'll let you hit with it later with my Josie.
Okay.
I was actually surprised for the price point. It was only like, I think, $250, $300.
That's not bad.
No, they're really good shafts.
I know Delson's supposed to bring me down one of those tsunami shafts. I want to try one of them.
Well, I would like to try one. I have this one of the only shafts I haven't hit with.
He's going to bring it to the Pennsylvania Open.
I see, who is it? Kennedy Myman, I think, always auctioning them off. Isn't she sponsored by Tsunami?
And I hit with one of those. Savannah Easton let me hit with her.
Lacassi?
The Lacassi. It's the Keelwood infused one.
Yeah, I just hit with one of them Saturday. No, I'm lying to you. Sunday down there at Buffalo is a guy from Mississippi that I played last year.
Yeah.
Justin. He had one of those and he let me hit. I tell you what, that thing hits really good. He had some other newer. Oh my God, Pat! That's twice tonight.
I saw him dip up a little bit on that one. Back on that replay for me. Watch his shoulder. And he's a better player than I am. I can just tell by the way he shoots, but watch his shoulder a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, it's a little dip right there. It's subtle.
Yeah, he dropped it just a little bit.
Yeah. Sammy's out. Should be from there.
He gets tight on that rail. He gets tight on that rail.
Slams it and says thank you.
Yeah.
Singing.
I was going to give a shout out to the league room.
Okay, table 10.
League room is one of the official sponsors of the Pennsylvania Open.
Table 10.
Yeah, Chris does a lot of good stuff for Boyd.
Yeah, he
Helps
does.
with the WPBA and the commentary, and they do a lot of good things for the sport. Especially that I think they have a junior program too. I know they Cody Stumbo down there. He's a young kid. He just played in his first junior event, I do believe, down at Rail Yards. He did pretty well. I tell you what, that kid, since meeting him about a year and a half ago, has come a long way. I think it's just the confidence and having somebody support you like
Yeah.
that. That's what
I didn't really pick up a pool cue until I was about 18, 19. At that point, I was past. We're past the curve a little bit, but
Oh, well, you look at all the champions, they're playing at 2, 3, 4 years old.
yeah, I think if I would have identified that I liked pool and could be an okay pool player at 10, 11 years old, maybe things would have been different. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Right. My mom and dad said, you better go to college.
Mom and Dad always told me, get the hell out of the pool hall. Pool's never going to pay the bills.
Now look at it.
I'm
Who's paying the
almost
bills?
there. The day it pays the bills, I'm going to like rub it in my dad's face too.
So, my parents have never actually seen me play.
I actually played on a team with every one of my family members.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, my sister, uncles, cousins, wife.
I can't say the same.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they've always been around and supported stuff.
And I'm better than all of them.
Yeah. Rub it in their face, huh? But yeah, it's crazy. I've been playing a long time, a lot of big events, and yeah, they never seen me play.
All right, it should be a good rack.
It was Pat checking himself out in the
Yeah,
camera.
right.
He said,
Whip my hair back
How
and
you
forth. I
doing?
whip my hair back and forth.
yeah, we got Pat, Rob Odom playing.
You said something right about him golfing. Is he a good golfer?
Actually, he had his PGA Tour card. He was the house pro at Nemacolin Golf Course on the other side of Brownsville.
Wow. I think he said he had a +2.
Yeah, which is a bad day for him.
Wow.
He used to own a driving range out in Hopwood.
Okay.
I was telling you about where that Pappy's Restaurant on 40 is. He had a driving range out there, and he would hit 55 yards into one of them like burn barrels on 55-gallon drums.
Yeah.
He'd place one at 55 yards, and he'd chip 8 or 9 out of 10 in.
Wow.
That's how good Pat is. Pat plays
That's-
better
that's
golf
strong.
than pool.
I'm okay with driving. Then I'm done after that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I did sink a putt once on the green with a pool cue though. Or not a pool cue, but I flipped the putter backwards. Laid on it and shot it like a pool cue.
Oh man,
Made it.
Yeah, Pat plays a lot better than he's playing tonight. I
that
can
cue ball.
promise you that.
That cue ball got airborne. Is Pat in Actionfest tomorrow?
We're trying to match him up. I'm hoping some stronger players. Because here's the thing, as you know, man,
Yeah.
when you start getting up that 680, 720
Yeah,
range,
you gotta have big monster players. Nobody wants to play unless. And then of course, what are you giving me?
right? And then you just have to spot something so ridiculous it's
Yeah.
not even worth your time.
What was the worst spot? The best spot you've ever seen that turned into like a great match? And then what was like the just craziest spot you've ever seen?
I don't
The
even-
ghost doesn't count.
I don't even know. I've seen somebody. The craziest game I ever seen it was almost like the ghost. I was down south and somebody asked for the 6 and out, and they got it, but the other player got all the breaks and ball in hand.
Oh,
And
that
they,
sounds like a Russian Kenny bet.
and they were so good that that was what it was. They were just so good that they could slam the rack as hard as they wanted,
Yeah.
and because you're getting ball in hand, you don't have to control anything. And they would just sit there and run out. I think they ran like almost the whole set out. That was probably the wildest spot I've ever seen.
Let's see, one of the wildest spots. I saw somebody once give all the oddballs.
What were they playing?
9 ball.
Did they get the
1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
That's crazy.
Or 1, 3, 5, 7, yeah.
Be an interesting spot.
Yeah. And he won.
The other player was terrible, or he just plays that good?
He was
That
just
good.
playing that good, yeah.
So I got a funny story to tell you. I don't know if you remember Tommy D'Alfonso.
Yeah.
So he came down, like I said, when I learned how to play pool at JC's Pool Hall and Diner, and Pat played him, and he had him on 2 foul, and he was gonna 3 foul him. And actually, Pat's protege was teaching this kid how to play, and he asked, "Does anybody have a jump cue?" And like Pat's the guy for here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His protege says, "Yeah, I got one." And then Tommy jumps the ball, and he don't get the 3 foul, and Pat's so
Oh,
mad
my
about
God.
it. You know what I mean? Because you have him dead to rights, and
Yeah.
you 3 foul him for the set, and then one of the locals gives
Oh,
him
my
a jump
God.
cue. I said, "Man, that would chap you real bad."
Yeah, that's you ain't gonna work here no more.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I wouldn't even want to talk to that person anymore. Especially because that Tommy played strong, and
You're talking shark tactic, something, or not shark tactics, but something crazy. I once watched a guy. They're playing in the set. The guy wears glasses. As the guy gets out to shoot the ball, the guy stands up with his glasses in the light, cleans the glasses.
man,
It's like
rough.
squinting his eyes like he couldn't see. Cleans the glasses. It was
Oh
great.
man.
Yeah, he's got the 1 in the corner.
Yeah. Punch over 5, or you take the 6.
I like the 6. Well, actually, no, I like the 5.
Give you 5, and then draw back for the 6 and come 1 rail down table.
I actually like to hold the 5 and play the cut 6 and come out
Right.
like 2 rails. I mean, this works too, but
Yeah. If he gets down below the 3.
yeah, he's gonna overshoot though. He's not onto that 2 ball.
Yeah. Now, you power draw the 6 to get down table, or
So we only have the 1 camera tonight. I think he has enough angle to make the 6 and hit the top rail.
he's gonna try to 4 past the 12.
And
Even if he does that, he ties the ball up at least.
yeah, no good. Takes the pocket.
Yeah. That's why I always laugh in leagues. You'll see players do that, like, "Oops, I missed."
Take the pocket. Oh, yeah. That's a big thing in Philly, man.
It's smart.
A ton of Philly players in the Philly like APA league. They're always pushing balls to rails. Pushing balls to rails, pushing it. It does get aggravating sometimes. You're like, just run out, man. Like, you got the skill, let's go. But that was a good shot. I mean, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
do
He
anything
wasn't
crazy.
trying to hold the ball. He was actually trying to make that. But
Yeah.
it just reminded me of like when I used to play in leagues. Like,
Yeah.
you'd see that stuff all the time. Like I said, he generally tried to make that because he's pretty good on the 3 if he does make it.
And I'm not hating on league. I love league pool. I just I've been out of it for a while. I'm just 20-something years of it every week. I just needed a little bit of break.
No, I'm not trying to downgrade it. I mean, it gives you a good base. But if you're trying, me personally, I feel if you're trying to be a top-notch pool player and grow, you probably want to try something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely does give you a solid foundation to get out and meet new people in the pool community. And
Some pool league brought me everything in my life. Brought me my wife. Brought me all my friends that I have.
that was an intelligent
Trying to
shot.
make the 6,
Trying to make
yeah.
the 6 and leave it up table. See, that's a creativity I like about higher caliber players.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people wouldn't even have seen that shot.
They wouldn't go for it. Yeah, they would try to get the out.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't know if I'd make this 6.
Yeah, actually, at this angle, I go for the 2.
Back cut the 2. And
Back cut the 2 and
Yeah.
let that cue ball run into that 4.
Yeah. You can see the only thing with the 6 you can do here is power draw, I think.
Yeah.
But then you don't know exactly where it's.
Put up a little bit on that one. He's a taller guy. He's about 6'2", 6'3".
No, he's about 6'3", 6'4".
Is it?
He's
Yeah.
a big guy. But
He definitely has the height advantage of
Well,
being
he
able
has
to.
wingspan too. You
Yeah,
gotta
he can
think.
get anywhere on the table.
Him and my buddy, like I was telling you about playing tomorrow, that Jordan Grubb, he
Yeah.
makes me so angry. He can literally stand on a short rail to the right side of the table and reach the short rail to the opposite side. It's ridiculous.
That guy I played a couple weeks ago, Nick Papa George. He's super tall, so he can reach the other side of the table like for nothing.
I envy that because I'm short and round like a
Yeah,
meatball.
Me too.
I can't reach that.
I can hike my leg up on the table though pretty good. I get up there.
Well,
Yeah, boy, put your leg up.
Tell them if we ever need a couple of dollars on the road,
Right.
I know what I'm doing. So, see, what do you like here? Because I don't really like opening up that 412. I mean, you have to at some point, but you like maybe just kind of slow roll it and pin it, or
I like trying to maneuver the 9 down to the bottom rail.
yeah. Because I guarantee you, he's thinking if he moves that 9, he opens the whole rack up.
He does, but if he puts the 9 to the bottom rail and puts a little bit of room in there, like puts the cue. Where's my pen? Here we go. Puts this 9 to the bottom rail and tries to let the cue float over here.
Right.
It's a tough angle for either one of these balls.
I'll tell you what he could do. He could just try to float that 9 and pin that 4 between his two balls to where he can't get to it.
Yeah.
Makes a very sensitive shot.
There's a 1 rail kick on the orange 13, but if he kicks it wrong, he kicks it into the 15-4, and
Yep.
game over.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting position he's been put in.
He could also, it's going to leave the combo, but he could also kick.
Yeah.
He'd have to be incredibly accurate with that, though, but if he kicks it soft.
He knows the kicking systems very well.
Guys, excuse me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Mindy says she got some work for you. It'll be interesting to see what Pat does here. Not a very positive position he's been left in. Losing the shot on the 2, but then getting position for the 3 is a little rough. Maybe try to draw this and catch the rail, get beneath it, or if you force follow. Good try. That's a tough shot, no matter which way you play that, trying to get that small of a window. Why I play on 9-footers, there's a lot more room. I'm trying to get the layout of what he likes here. He's a very meticulous player, so he takes a little bit of time to map out his moves. Not sure if that 8-ball pinned against his ball or not. If it did, that can cause trouble later in the rack. But 13 stun. Looks like he's gonna try to get it in the side here and take care of it and free the 8-ball up. Go around 3 rails. It's good speed as long as he doesn't stick to the long rail. Should just be able to roll this up inch or 2 so he gets a little bit better angle to come back down table.
Go in and camp.
A little bit straighter of an angle, I think, than what he wanted. Feel very manageable.
All right, Baker.
Bump out one rail back to the center of the table and shoot the 8 in the corner. If it goes too far, you can off for the side.
Bill,
That should be the game, I would think. Put it in with just a hair of pace, and that's all you shoot over. Good match, fellas. All right, now we just gotta wait for another matchup on 10, and be right
Bill,
there.
UC, and Sam, and then 0. Table 6. Clippy, Nance, and Sean, table 1. Pat Calabarsi, Terry Mansick. Table 5.
All right. Had to help the wife fix the television. Lock the door. She was nervous. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm there. That's your fault. We got some action tomorrow.
Going and Kent. Table 2.
So if anybody's close to Uniontown tomorrow, come on up and
Yeah,
get in
come
the
on
grief.
through. Let me show you a flyer there.
Come on, guys, like, subscribe, and share to Frank's page. Help grow the page. Help grow this event.
Actionfest tomorrow, starting at 12 o'clock. Gives me a couple hours of sleep at the gym.
That's it.
Bet big, bet small, or bet it all. This Super 8 motel, super nice place, clean. I was there. I'm actually where I'm staying.
So it's right on Restaurant Road.
They got
You
like
have-
their own like little video game room and slot machine room. I might be in there later on.
we call that Restaurant Row. You have about every restaurant you can ask for.
Bob Evans right next to it.
Yep. Texas Roadhouse, 2 Mexican joints,
Yep.
all the fast food joints you can ask for.
I think I might get myself some sausage and biscuits in the morning from Bob Evans.
Sounds real good. Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully we get a good turnout for tomorrow. I know me and you and Tony, we've all been advertising this event for about the past 2 months pretty heavy, and I said it's just something different that we're trying out, because I know the tournaments and stuff, I think you can find one every night of the week. But how many times can you get a bunch of different good players, bad players, don't matter, all in the same room at one time? You see the woofing on Facebook. Well, now it's time to put it all to work. That's always the worst when you hear woofing 130 comments on a post and no action.
Bro, I've been hearing it for months. Tell me about it. Preaching in the choir.
Damn, they're gonna.
I'll play you for this. I'll play you for that. Hey, boys, I got a really cool stream. Want to do something?
Right.
Nah, I got my kids over here. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no open events with added money. Hey, boys, I got 30 G's open events. You want to get in? Nah.
Right.
I gotta wash my hair. Okay.
I might use that excuse even though I look like you, Frank, and don't have any. But that's what I mean. Like, if you're gonna, it's one thing to not bet, but it's another thing to not bet and then talk a bunch of smack.
I don't bet a lot, but I don't chirp.
Right? That's what I mean.
Yeah, like if I'm going to bet, I just get in, I get my game, get my work, and I'm out.
Yeah, like I said, there's nothing wrong with not gambling. Not everybody's meant to be a gambler. So there's a lot of tournament
I just
players
don't have
out
the
there.
time.
You know, I mean, you got your gamblers and you got your tournament players.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do a little bit of both, but there's nothing wrong with either one. It's just don't be that guy to talk a bunch of smack.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you. I think all the players had a pre-written and they just signed a petition to support each other.
Well, this was Johan Choi. We're looking at Johan Choi's his response about everything that's going on here. What I like about Emily Fraser, she ain't afraid to get in there and post about it and talk about it.
No, and that's what we need. We need a good ambassador.
My Khaleesi. Jason Shaw with the signature. I
Yeah.
like it.
Got a cue ball with his signature
Shane.
on it.
FSR.
Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm just glad that they're coming unified.
I'm working on him for the Pennsylvania Open FSR.
I seen he had his running buddy David Alcady coming.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he has one of the best fundamentally sound pre-shot routines. Gets down on the ball perfect almost every time.
All these players that are, man, that's crazy. All right, we're going to have our next match up here any second.
Yeah, they're in between rounds and matches finishing up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. If I'm terrible at it, I apologize. It's my first time commentating. Frank was gracious enough to try me out for this event. But definitely like and subscribe and try to grow the page. Frank does a real good job. Does a lot of stuff for pool and helps grow and
Thank you, sir.
helps players.
Well, one of the people that helps me do that here is Integrity Cues. Hey guys, check out integritycues.com, offering high-end cues, production cues, pre-owned cues, cases, and accessories. integritycues.com. All right, now we're back. I think they're just waiting for the redraw round, so they have to make sure that this last rack or two finishes. We can probably zoom in on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give them a showcase of the room and spin the camera around, let them see it.
You pop in on that one.
And if y'all feel like giving Frank a little something, there's a QR code up in the corner. Help buy him a drink or some food while he's on his trip over here.
Tips are never expected, but they're always appreciated. Thank you very much if anybody sends something. If not, the stream is always free anyway. We'll zoom into this one.
Oh, who's Pat's playing I think Terry over there. I'm not sure. We got Phil Boosie and Bucky, and the kid in the white in the back is Tiny Son Nico. He just started playing a few months ago. I tell you what, he's already making 3 and 4 balls at a time. He's run a rack or two, I do believe they said, which isn't bad for somebody just learning the game a few months ago. It took me a year and a half, 2 years to run my first rack. Yeah, I'm definitely excited though for your WNT event.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Hopefully a lot of more players sign up.
Yeah, I think once I get to the U.S. Open,
Yeah, you
a
get,
lot of the international players, some of the international players know me, but they don't know like the full details. But I think once I get there and start talking to everybody, theoretically, my event could shape the Moscone Cup USA team.
there's no doubt anybody with a WNT And then especially where yours is at,
Yeah.
there hasn't been one out there for a long time, so you can reach a lot of
Well, not
top
even that,
players in the hunt.
just the timing of it versus at the one, two. There's currently right now you have the European Open, but then there's 3 more events before you get to mine. There's the Racks,
Right,
the U.S. Open, and then there's the one in Seattle,
right,
and then mine.
right,
And so me and Battle of the Bull, I think, are the last 2 U.S. ones.
right.
So I mean, we theoretically could have major impact on who makes the Moscone Cup team.
Yeah, because you and Battle of the Bull, I think, are back-to-back weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, back to back.
Yours first, and then Battle of the Bull the next
And
weekend.
he's got a ton. So like, Oscar, I don't think is going to that one.
He is not going to Battle of the Bull. He is going overseas, I do believe, from what I read.
Yeah. So like, with Oscar being in the hunt, that's big for
BJ and the rest of them
BJ
guys. Yeah.
and Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tyler's been playing real strong lately
Playing
too.
real strong.
He just won back-to-back events, I do believe.
He did. Yeah. He won the was it Louisiana Open.
Yeah,
That what it was. And DeMarcolis.
and then not to change the subject too much, but his wife Margaret just made the finals with Fedor's new fiance,
Yeah.
Christina Tkach. So congrats to her.
And that was Messenger Margaret.
Yeah,
So if you're interested in getting into Pennsylvania Open, it is an open event. The $350 buy-in starts on Friday, September 13th. That's a historically lucky day for me, so hopefully
brings you some luck.
nothing happens that day. You can definitely get into that event. You want to reach out to me. It's a 2-stage event, so it starts on Friday the 13th. It'll end on Sunday the 15th. There's 10,000 added. With a full field, we're just shy of 50,000, but I'll make sure we get to that 50,000 if we get a full field.
And I promise you guys won't be disappointed with the pool room. It's top-notch quality tables.
Yeah, we're going to
Good
have
food.
all Brunswick Gold Grounds, brand new Simonis, and well, for the event, we'll have Andy, also the Andy Cloth. And prior to that, a couple days before, it's going to be the Pennsylvania State One Pocket, which is a $5,000 added event. So anybody's open to come out to that one. Now, there are some people that are giving me a hard time that it's on a Wednesday, Thursday, but I needed some kind of a warm-up for Matchroom. And why not just throw a ton of money into the event and give it away? And it's worth taking the day off, trust me.
Oh, well, you might as well just stay in Philly that whole week for the PA State Open the weekend before, and
Yeah,
then
the
just stay
state
out
nine
through the
ball.
week. Yeah.
All right, we got a matchup going.
So we got Sean Shepard in black. And, not familiar with the other gentleman. I've not seen him before.
Table right.
One plays pretty good. He's up and he just started playing about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of time in. I think once he gets a little more confidence, he'll make a major breakthrough.
Just wanna.
Still waiting to see a power break though. I've seen that second wall break a lot. Hey, here it is. How about that?
Spend on.
Nice solid hit.
Makes it 2 in the corner. Clusters up a little bit at the top right side of the table.
And maybe play that 10 for an opener and break through that cluster. Because we have the 2 balls down towards the
Yeah.
other side, the insurance policy, or the balls on the side. That's what I do, crash into the backside of that 15 and 8 because you got so much insurance policies.
Yeah. Plays that ball in the corner.
Good shot. Play this in the corner. Come out one rail.
Turn that back up. Turn it back up. Hey guys, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix the sound in the room here real quick. The radio's a little loud. We'll be right back. All right, we got the radio fixed a little bit. It's tough because you want everybody to have a good time and rock out, but we also don't want to get kicked off of the channel. All right, this gentleman here's got a chance to get out. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I'm learning everybody's names here tonight. Yep, he can cut the 6, a little bit of high, run into the 5, or can play the 1, draw the 1. I don't like playing the 1 because the 4 ball there, so playing the safe on the 6 and a roll behind. Monitor, so it's going to be a little loud. It's a little louder, but it sounds okay. All right.
Did I miss anything good?
Gentlemen, it's up to the table now. Ran balls, got to the 9. Had a clear shot at the 9, but missed it. And then his opponent made 1 ball, played a safe.
It's nice going to the air.
Now you're up to date. I think he's going to jump kick.
So I would guess unless you're going to try to double jump it. It's a good effort there.
Out of the open.
What do you like here? Taking the 1 or
6.
taking the 6? I'm with you on that, and then just draw to the long rail. And
6-5-3 is my combination.
Yep.
Came out a little bit too much.
Just try to roll up on 3 and play safe, or you go down and play the 1 off 2 rails.
I like the 1, but I like drawing off the rail. Running into that. Plus throw the 8-4. He's going to go forward. Oh, missed it. Couldn't get away with it, though, I think. No.
That 1 ball still makes it tough to get back for the 8.
Yeah, he has to go forward with the position. He could play the 9 ball into the corner with a ton of high left and try to clip off that 1 and use the 1 to push you forward a little bit. Just jacking up a draw now.
You lose a lot of accuracy when you shoot it like that,
Yeah.
too.
Gotta play it safe here.
Yeah. What do you think? Bump the 5 and then try to leave it on the short rail.
Well, you got to create separation. So if you can run the cue ball into it and play it with enough speed, looking to maybe hit that ball. It's an advanced shot, no matter who you are. So it's
Definitely a lot of touch and
it's
feel
not
shot.
it's one of those world class. Have to hit it perfectly shot.
All right, tries to get it for the bank and it hangs up. And
Block the 2 balls.
yeah, I like taking probably 4
If
right
the
here.
8 if the 8 goes, then I carry him off the 3 and make the 9. If the 8 doesn't go from here, then I gotta play some safe. Opts to make it. All right, okay, called it safe.
It's not a bad play.
Hey, that's an easy jump though, or semi-easy jump. I mean,
Yeah, it's just so tight in that. I don't know how far it is in the
Yeah.
pocket. It might be hard to control it.
do you know Sean Dobson back from my way?
I do not.
No. Sean Dobson is, I consider him the best jumper I've ever seen, including over like pro players.
So I'll show you a highlight reel of my travel partner Rodney Wolf. Some of the jumps he can do is
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
Sean's about 6'6", 6'7", and he's lanky too, like tall and lanky. He just
Right.
can reach anywhere on the table. And some of the jump shots that I've seen him do is just like highlight reel stuff. I don't have a highlight reel. I should have one, but
I'll show you a highlight
Yeah, I
reel
think
of
we
some
got
of
it.
Rodney's, but he's about 6'4", 6'5". He makes the 8
good
inch corner
jump to
per
the
game.
8 to the corner.
Sean takes the loss right there.
Folks, we're going to do a couple more racks, and then we're probably going to call it for the night. This way we can get ourselves rested for tomorrow, because we're going to be streaming all day, night tomorrow. Especially one pocket. Those matches could go well into the night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the first one they're playing like from 3 to 7. I think it's a short race, win by 2.
Okay.
And then Jordan and Alex, I think Jordan's given up 8-7 or 9-7, I do believe. But that's a pretty big money set right there. They both play extremely well, one pocket.
Anybody want any last call?
So,
What are you doing?
break and run tickets, I do believe.
Do I have to be in the tournament to get in? Did
No.
break run? Nah.
Just could have bought tickets and tried to get somewhere with it.
There's one in my area. It's like 14,000. Break it run by.
I think this one's starting to grow. I think it's 100 and something a ball.
Not bad.
But I've seen not one everyone is talking about out at Icebreakers in the high. It's like 1,000 a ball.
This is 1,400 and the one up in my way
Yeah.
at Cue Ball Billiards. I have a good buddy Brad runs it. At one point it was 1,700 a ball.
Now is that 10 ball or 9 ball?
10 ball.
Yeah.
I was texting him. I said, Brad.
I can't
So he
buy
does a
enough
thing where you have to
tickets.
play 3 times before you're
Right.
fully vested. And I'm like, Brad, can I just buy in, stay home, and then I'll send you a couple hundred for the break and run. If you pull my name, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Right. And I've seen that, like where they do the progressives.
Yeah.
I think like the first time you get 25, then 50, and then all of it.
Well, it makes you come back. Plus,
Yeah.
it makes you vested. You don't just walk in the tournament and bring Mike DeShane or something like that, rob it, and then leave.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people do. Now, when you do the breaker runs, what do you think they should use? You think they should hand rack it or they should use a template?
Hand rack.
Hand rack.
Yeah.
Well, that's everywhere I've been. I've seen that's what they do.
Hand rack, wooden rack.
I think that's the only way I've ever seen it done is with a hand rack. I just want to pick your brain with that. Now, when your breaker runs out where you're at, do the balls on the break count, or do you have to make the first ball after the break?
No, they can't.
They count.
Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong because I have not had my number pulled. I believe if you take the early combo on the 10,
Right.
you don't continue to shoot. I could be wrong. But I know, like, if you break dry and you get ball in hand and you can run out for like $100.
I would do that. Like you said, $100 is better than nothing.
Yeah.
I know some, if you break dry, they'll re-rack it and somebody gets it for like half.
I offered a guy $5,000 for his break. He turned it down and broke dry.
I mean, for that amount of money, you have to take a chance sometimes.
Yeah. All right, folks, listen, we're looking at the time here. we're gonna shut this stream down, and we're gonna do some setting up for tomorrow, get our cameras all set up and everything. So this is kind of just like a test stream hangout for tonight. Plus, I'm gonna meet some people here. We appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you come back tomorrow for all the action. We will definitely be on some one pocket action, some one-on-one tournaments with big one-on-one buy-ins.
That there will be. There's a lot of players supposed to be coming from out of town, and
We're gonna do some flyers, post up, things like that. So don't be afraid to come back tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We're gonna go have a adult beverage or two.
yeah, Chip Klein will be in the booth tomorrow. You
Chip
guys
Klein
can
in the
enjoy
booth.
him.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later on. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.